could purchase ads in our bulletin, in our schedule. If you use any of these, need any of these services, you use these services, please thank these people and remind them where you saw their ad. It's people like that that help keep this festival alive and thriving. Yeah, I love a shanty joke.
Can't tune a guitar, you have to tune a fish.
That's pretty good. That's better than I can think of right now. Some people bring a whole bunch of jokes with them, and that's probably what I should have done. But, so, oh, well, we got so much good music. You want to listen to that rather than any jokes I tell anyway. And it looks like you're going to be listening to it very soon.
Keep talking, Nancy, keep talking.
Well, kickoff just happened. Anybody who has bets going on the Rams versus the Titans, we will be putting a call in to some faithful roommates of mine who are monitoring the game, and I will be periodically letting you know what the scores are, so you'll know what a lopsided game. The Super Bowl is always lopsided, and so you'll know who's losing and who isn't. And Super Bowl, it comes every year, and your kids are only this age once, so those of you who came to see kids play, I think made a better choice. And I don't think you're going to be. And I see bass going up, guitar going around the neck. Progress report here.
We were just commenting, for folk music, there's an awful lot of wires involved here.
Yeah, I noticed that. I used to help out backstage a lot, and it was kind of fun. You had to really be careful what you tripped over. And then if you tripped over something and you didn't know the mic was on, you had something to say about it, you had to be careful. You might have saying what you said to a live mic. This is a family event, so we're going to... Okay. I think I said that. Well, I just want to remind you that this festival takes place because people become members. And there are several levels of membership that are available. You can check down in the lobby at the membership table. If you don't already have one, this year's t-shirts in fashion. Comes in a assortment of sizes and colors. Check it out. You can have long sleeve or short sleeve. And if you're not prepared to be a member this weekend, we are accepting donations. Anything you can give is very welcome. And that helps us keep this festival alive and well, and allows us not to have to charge admission, so you can come and go with your family as you please. So that's a real important part of this. It's a really important part of our commitment.
Is that for me?
We're almost close to ready.
Yeah, okay. Is it? Can the lights go on? Yes, the lights can go on. Okay, folks, wings to fly.
Thank you. The first song we're going to do is called After Love. It's written by my brother. It's about kind of the winter time of a romance. Turn wings away from the winter. It won't stop its journey south. And moves on off the frozen shoreline. It won't stop at river's mouth. Time won't freeze in this December blue. March must come and April carry through. And with one foot before another, Happy love is more than I can bear. There you standing in indecision. What is right and what is wrong? Be afraid to take a step now. Keep in your heart a hope, a song. The tide is rising ever higher. Don't be afraid to take a fall. Both be in this boat I'm rowing, but be prepared to give it all. I can't walk halfway home. I won't meet you halfway there. 1 foot in, 1 foot out. This lure is too hard to ignore. Not quite here, not quite there. Happy love is more than I can bear. Happy love is more than I can bear.
Thank you, Doug, guitar player, wrote this next one. I think when he was a member of the band Rhinoceros back in the 60s. Before that.
Not only that, it's a true song.
It's a true song, and it's a wonderful clap your feet, happy vibe.
I'm a fool to fall for you after what you've done to me. I'll be alone in a minute or two. I ain't learned much since I left you, and I really got nothing to say. But it's a fine day, and I'm looking for a special way to get back into your arms for a longer stay. I should walk for 1,000 miles on a sea of broken glass. I'll be alone in a minute or two. I ain't learned much since I left you, and I really got nothing to say. But it's a fine day, and I'm looking for a special way to get back into your arms for a longer stay. I'd like to stand right next to you and say how much I do. I wish I weren't such a fool and I had something better to do. But it's a fine day, and I'm looking for a special way to get back into your arms for a longer stay. Yeah. to get back into your arms for a longer stay, a longer stay, a longer stay.
Yeah, thank you. You just learned that about 5 minutes ago.
Next, I'm going to migrate over to the piano. This is a really beautiful song that Lori Lewis has in a recording with Tom Rosen, and it's by Mark Semes. It's called Sleepy Eyes. Pressing me a cloud, and the ghosts of all I might have been gather round me in a crowd. It's easy to lose faith and say the way I chose was wrong, till I look into your eyes and see how deep as the road is long. When the evening stars go down and the new day starts to rise, I was sheltered in your loving arms and close these sleepy eyes, these sleepy eyes. When the evening stars go down and the new day starts to rise, I will shelter in your loving arms and close these sleepy eyes, these sleepy eyes. When I see old friends from bygone days, their hearts still filled with fire, they never seem to have lost their way or bargained their true desire. I think of where I might be now, and I've been of single mind. Then I look into your eyes and see how deep as the road is kind. When the evening stars go down and the new day starts to rise, I will shelter in your loving arms and close your sleepy eyes. When the evening sun goes down and the new day starts to rise, I will shelter in your loving arms and close these sleepy eyes. But that's not much without a dope animal with it.
Boy, one of the fun things I enjoyed looking at when I was a kid was the popular science magazines. They still have them, but I used to love the covers that were on there because every week would be a new something that was wonderful. One week it would be like a robot who would cook all your meals, was coming soon. And The next week was the video phone in your car. And I think a time after that, the one I particularly loved was a personal submarine for the family. It runs about 400 miles on a single nuclear charge. And none of that really has come to pass too much, but one of the things I did learn that is that hope springs eternal. And that wonderfully the future is always in front of us. There'll be flying boats, condos with moats, cultivated oceans, floating cities in the sky, living beneath a bubble, no more toil and trouble, singing out that so we know by and by. You won't need no money, you will have to spend. You'll be given everything, and everyone's your friend. Look it out together, picture perfect weather. This time round the party never ends. Hallelujah, I can't wait to see it. Hallelujah. We won't have no TV preachers to ask how much we gave. We won't need no TV preachers, 'cause by then we'll all be safe. No more fighting for our country, no child will go hungry. We're smiling from the cradle to the grave.
That wasn't me. Okay, well, thank you, Mr. Clyde. I'm an old person to start a new instrument. I just started fiddle about 3 years ago. And Shanti's fiddle playing was part of what inspired me, actually, so I kind of owe her that, as well as my music teacher, Mary Scheller, with whom Shanti put me in touch. So I'm kind of bound into this folk festival that way. And that's one of the ways in which I'm bound into this folk festival. One person who's been very bound into the festival has just recently moved up from Juneau, and Paula Streeter, who's working backstage, has done a lot of work with scheduling and databasing, and she moved up approximately 6 months ago and somehow got into contact with Nora Dornan, who's on the board and has been our stage manager for the past several years. And as you just basically, as Nora says, stuck to me like Siamese twin. They've been working together very heavily on all the work that goes into putting this on. So let's give a round of applause both for Paula and for Nora. next group coming up, yeah, well, there's one person, actually. Our next singer is Wendy Withrow. And Wendy has been with the festival a long time. She also is in the Three Barons Fair for just about every year. She sings folk and Old English style. She lives in Anchorage. She will be playing several songs today. From time to time, you can see her around town. She says she will be playing during February the 4th and the 18th at the Sleeping Lady Tea Shop, if you want to catch her there. And it looks like they're ready. There's only one microphone this time around, so they are ready. So this is Wendy. Give her a good hand.
It's nice to be here.
I'm in the kitchen, my baby's in the hall. I'm in the kitchen, my baby's in the hall. I'm in the kitchen, my baby's in the hall. He won't talk to me at all because you know we got the separation blues. And I made the apple that he did thee. And I made the apple that he did thee. And I made the apple that he did thee. God told Adam you have to leave. Gave him the separation blues. Now the last words that old John the Baptist said, ba 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 ba. The last words that old John the Baptist said, ba ba da da da. Last words John the Baptist said just before he lost his head. Gives me the separation blues. So if he don't treat you like you think he should, if he don't treat you like he said he would, if he don't treat you just as good as he could, leave that nail, you know you should give him a dose of separation. You know he needs a dose of separation. Give him a dose of separation blues. Thank you. Now, I can tell some of you may not know what happened to John the Baptist. He was the one whose head was cut off and served up on a platter, remember? Lots and lots and lots of songs written about love. Most of them are about falling in love. But in my experience, the most overwhelming love is the love that I found for my daughter. So I like to sing songs that parents have written, love songs for their children. And I would like to dedicate this one to Kayla and Hannah, who are not my children, but they're here with their dad. I'm sure he feels this way about them. As soon as I tune my guitar. next song is called New York City Breakdown. It was written by someone I knew in Palo Alto about 20 years ago. Martine Habib is her name. And she had a chance at making it big in music, but it didn't work out right. And the person who was really behind her had a heart attack and died, and just, all kinds of disappointments with the recording industry. 52nd Street is where the record company runs, and it still is, I don't know. No, no, 52nd Street isn't the only place I go to. I know there's nothing there to gain. The cold winds and the rain and a little more pain. Down in the subway, the noise can feed my anger. At the radio, the late late show, time goes slow. And all the things I'll never know. And you wonder why I'm silent, why I don't write more often, sending postcards all in color. Well, that's what it's like at the heart of a New York City breakdown. Sometimes I forget and look at the sky somewhere in midtown. Seems like the sun shines everywhere, but above the street I'm on, like it's forever gone. My taxi driver saw the sun one time on St. Croix, tossed him half a grand on the family plan, just to lie in the sand. You'll never do that one again. And you wonder why I'm silent, why I don't write more often, sending postcards all in color. Well, that's what it's like at the heart of a New York City breakdown. One day I'll order everything on the menu at the restaurant. Down on 4th Street where I go, 'cause the waiter says hello every now and then. I'll shake his hand and say I'm special, I'm worth liking. Don't you know my name? And to Spain, I fly on planes. Give me shelter from the rain. La 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 la, singing. I wait at 52nd Street sing at the Three Barons Fair every year, which is always the first 2 weekends in June. This is one of the songs I like too there. It's kind of like a sitcom, I think, because it solves everything right after the last commercial. No, after the last set of commercials. Johnny be fine and Johnny be fair, once before to wed. I would marry Johnny, but my father up and said, "You sat to tell me, daughter, what your mother never knew, but Johnny is a son of mine, so is kin to you." Well, Billy be fine and Billy be fair, once before to wed. I would marry Billy, but my father up and said, "You sat to tell me, daughter, what your mother never knew, but Billy too is a son of mine, and so is kin to you." Well, Jenny be fine and Jenny be fair, once before to wed. I would marry Jenny, but my father up and said, "I'm sad to tell you, daughter, what your mother never knew, but Jenny too is a son of mine, and so he's kin to you." Well, you've never seen a girl so sad and sorry as I was. The boys in town are all my kin, and my father is the cause. If life should thus continue, I will die a single miss. So I'll go to mother and complain to her this. "Daughter, haven't I taught you to forgive and to forget? If your father's oath is also still, you needn't fret. Your father may be bothered to all the boys in town, but still he's not the one who fathered you, so marry who you will." Thank you very much.
Thank you, Wendy. Our next group is Crosswinds. And while they're setting up, I'll tell you a little something about them. It's Ed and Lynn San Martin, Lori Ahi, and Ron Matfield will be playing with them. On the last song, they'll be joined by 2 guest artists, Peggy Cox and Linda Carlton. They describe their style as eclectic. They've been playing together for a couple of years now and have been in the folk festival for the past several years. They're quite active in music at the church and direct a music program at the school, the church-led school. So they're happy to be with us today. And while they're still setting up, reminding you that there are some hot meals now available down in the lobby. Also reminding you that this Saturday on the 5th at 2 o'clock at the Russian Jack Chalet, we will be having our annual Folk Festival members meeting. You can nominate people for the board and people who are hardworking, you think might do a good job, can nominate. If you don't like them, you can even let them, you know. And there'll be lots of pizza and soft drinks and hopefully some music jamming. And let's see, I have another person who's going to join me as MC in a few minutes. She's backstage. Sherry Spink will be up with me shortly. I want to thank all those people who are working in the lobby right now. It's a lot of work. It's sometimes pretty long on your feet. Brian DeMarcus and Mike Torpy have done a lot of the hours down there, and especially want to thank them, along with Betha Velkowitz and Tina Hudspeth. So let's give a round of applause for all those volunteers, but especially for those who really done it. I know Mike has been here every night since past midnight, closing up, gotten here around noon, been putting in 12-hour, and Brian has been doing pretty much the same. ERA, the airline, has brought all the Cordova musicians up both weekends free of charge. So our thanks goes out to them. And here is Sherry Spink. And no, Sherry's not going to read this book. She's not going to read you a novel. She might tell you a joke though.
I just want to welcome you all here. I'm glad to be here. If I wasn't here, I would be watching 6 men and boys watching beer commercials, eating pizza in my living room. So I'm really glad the Folk Festival offers a little diversion. Yeah, it's pretty wild at my house right now. You know, the old sodas and cold pizza. But you know, I mean, I love having a family. I love family life. I love the kids. And in fact, I was just looking at this book today. It's called Kids Share Their Wit and Wisdom, and the title of it is When You Lick a Slug, Your Tongue Goes Numb. You know, things everyone needs to know. And probably we're just finishing up here. I just thought I'd share some wisdom with you. This is children's wisdom, and you know, my kids are getting old enough now. They give me words of advice too. Like, you can't catch a hard baseball in your mouth. It's a good thing to remember. Teaching what people write on desks or reading what people write on desks can teach you a lot. That was a 13-year-old. A class of school I hate the most is the one I learned the most from. Isn't that the truth? The boys' restroom smells, but the girls' restroom doesn't. I don't know. What do you think about that one? I don't know.
This is a family-oriented event.
And last but not least, this is important for those of you college students here today. All the bad things I've heard about algebra are true. And with those words of wisdom, we'd like to welcome this next group. Let's give them a nice warm round of applause.
You get to give them another warm round of applause, but I think somebody last night must have graded those things just to give Nora a hard time. I don't know. You know, some kind of grant or something came in during the night and just made a lanyard of all those chords. Something I thought of doing, but didn't want to do. I think it'd be real interesting to do this all acoustic, but I'm probably wouldn't be able to hear anybody. Remember that we have several more acts coming on between now and 5, and remember tonight, we still have a full program tonight. We have over 40 hours of music between the 2 weekends, not to mention the numerous hours of workshops, plus everything that goes on during Folk Week. So you get a lot for your time here. You all set?
I think so. Is this on? Okay. Hi, we're Crossroads, and we got a few tunes we're going to do. We're going to keep adding people as we go. This first song we're going to do is called God's Song, and it's an interesting story with it I'd like to share. I was going through a time in my life, and I was sometimes, you know, you can communicate with God in more ways than just prayer. I mean, prayer can be through music or a lot of different things, and I began to express myself to the Lord one day, and surprise, it's like I got an email back through music, and so I was expressing my heart, and he was expressing his heart back to me, and if you listen, this is all instrumental, you'll hear the heart of God, you'll hear his personality. He's a lion, he's a lamb, and it was just a really neat time of communication with the Lord.
This next song is going to have a few vocals in it. And this song is about something that I really believe in, something I really enjoy. It's called Taste and See. I let the song pretty much speak for itself, but in the meantime, I'll do a few little changes.
My heart was black as night, a stranger to the light. I did it my way, then came a brand new day. Thank you for choosing me. You came and rescued me from restless wandering. You filled the longing and my need. Oh Lord, my heart and soul cries for you. I lean on you. Come and see, taste and see, the Lord is good. Come with me, taste and see, the Lord is good. Come and see, taste and see, the Lord is good. Come with me, taste and see, the Lord is good. Your ways are just and right, strong shelter from the night, pure and holy, the giver of eternal life. Dressed in garments white as snow, unfailing love I've come to know. One day we'll see him. He's coming back to take his own. Oh Lord, my heart and soul cries for you. I lean on you.
got one more song to do. It's called You Are My King. And we have vocals here with Peggy Fox singing.
I accepted you were condemned. I'm alive and well. Your spirit is within me because you died and rose again. I'm forgiven because you were forsaken. I'm accepted. You were condemned. I'm alive. Well, your spirit is within me because you died and rose again. Amazing love, how can it be that you, my King, would die for me? Amazing love, I know it's true, and it's my joy to honor you. Amazing love, how can it be that you, my King, died for me? Amazing love, I know it's true, and it's my joy to honor you. In all I do, I honor you. I'm forgiven because you were forsaken. I'm accepted. You were condemned. I'm alive and well. Your spirit is within me because you died and rose again. Amazing love, how can it be that you, my King, would die for me? Amazing love, I know it's true, and it's my joy to honor you. Amazing love, how can it be that you, my King, would die for me? Oh, amazing love, I know it's true, and it's my joy to honor you. In all I do, I honor you. You are my King. You are my King. Jesus, you are my King. Jesus, you are my King. Amazing love, how can it be
know, some of you are like me, and you've come here to escape the living room scene with the television on, but I suspect some of you got dragged here and are really wondering what the score is. So we're going to keep you up to date. It's the first quarter of the game, and it's 3-0 Rams. Any Rams fans? Any football fans? Yeah? Does anyone want us to keep you updated on the scores? No! You want to forget about the game? Sounds good to me.
I'll keep my roommates from having to get up, from the easy chair to answer the phone when I call. Next up is group 6040. It's Hank Rosing and Michael Fabre. They've been playing together 5 years off and on. For the past 6 months, they've been playing as the group 6040. They describe themselves as eclectic. They play old style, country, swing, some folk and blues, some originals. They're longtime Alaskans. They've spent some time out in Bethel, but now live in Anchorage. They've played at the Talkeetna Festival. They said for over an hour. They said usually in Talkeetna you get booted off the stage after 30 minutes, but they were allowed to play for an hour. They said it's because the next act wasn't ready. I don't know. But anyway, they're here setting up. And while they're setting up, I'm just going to remind you of some workshop changes. The workshop on international dancing for kids, that was supposed to be at 1 o'clock, it's now at 4. The Irish figure and dancing, and then the Scottish country dance, instead of being at 2, it'll be at 5. And the vintage ballroom dance, instead of being at 3, it'll be at 5:30. All of these are with Mary Topolsky, and they'll all be held in the dance studio. So they're all pushed back approximately 2 hours. There is some warm food down in the lobby, not to mention the t-shirts, the membership table. I hope you visit the membership table. Hope you become members. If you're not prepared to become a member, hope you at least give us a donation. Give yourselves a donation. It's your festival.
When numbers take on a new meaning, I was thinking 60-40 and trying to figure out where did they get that number. I mean, numbers have new meaning to me now that my eyes were always 2020 and now they're like 2015 or something. So I was just curious about that 60-40. So we're... What's that? You're going to tell us about that. Great. Well, here we are, 60-40.
The 60 ended up in 2020, I guess. The vision isn't even 2020 anymore.
Yeah, we're also known as the changing pacemakers.
So we're going to start with a song that I wrote. It's called My Business, but I think of it as the asbestos song because it has the word asbestos in it, kind of hidden in it. And you have to listen pretty closely to find it. But, yeah, well, but I think there aren't too many songs written with the word asbestos in it. It's not really a musical word. I don't think. Everybody listen to it. Seems like trouble been right on my shoulder, and a little buddy that walking there's been a line where this whole world just keeps on turning round and getting blamed. I go on about my business just the same. Some sweet music that calling me from the mountain. I've been tending my fields down the riverside, and that song just keeps getting stronger the longer it plays. I go on about my business anyway. running around in such a hurry. Guess I'll get to where I'm going to. Ain't no need to worry in the morning. The green valley smells like heaven. And heaven smiles on the wicked just the same. Now I ain't the kind of man who needs a plan to tell him where to stand. I just go on about my business as best as I can. Lord, look at all those people running around in such a hurry. Guess I'll get to where I'm going to. Ain't no need to worry in the morning. Green Valley smells like heaven. And heaven smiles on the wicked just the same. Now I ain't the kind of man who needs a plan to tell him where to stand. I go on about my business as best as I can. I go on about my business as best as I can. My name is Michael Claudius, this is Jimmy Wilson, also known as Hank, also known as 60. I'm 40, give or take a year or two.
So you're the young one,
Well,
huh?
sometimes I feel like the old. Anyway, Henry's got a song about his guitar, which is almost as old as me.
Yeah. I hate to say when I bought this thing. So I bought it in 1956. I said I had it wonder if I had a like it. It's been around too. It's been to the Arctic and the Antarctic twice. With me, of course. And this is one of those relationship songs. Of course, most songs, I suppose, are of some degree or another. This is also a relationship with a musical instrument, in this case, the guitar. My guitar, it sees me through hard times without you. My guitar, this old guitar, sees me through. It's a gift from above as I think about you. My guitar, this old guitar, sees me through. What would I do without my guitar to see me through? It comforts me, keeps me from Well, how about this one?
Okay.
You play your simple melody
Sounds nice. So far.
like my mama played for me. One is the good old-fashioned harmony. Play me your simple melody.
I don't know. Real right, musical demon said you only scream, won't you play me some right? Just change that classical night to some sweet bugle drag. If you play from a copy of a tune that is choppy, you'll get on my part. And that is simply because I wanna listen to reggae. But you're well fed my way.
Okay.
Say musical demons,
Play your simple melody.
change that classical night
Like my mama
to
played
some
for
sweet
me.
bugle drag. You will play from a copy of a tune that is choppy, you'll get on my mind. And that is simply because listen to reggae one more time. That musical demon said you only sing over Madison right. Change that classical night. Some sweet bugle drag. Yeah, you will play from a copy of a tune that is choppy. Oh, my love, and that is simply because oh, listen to play from a copy of a tune that is choppy. You'll get oh, my love.
Oh, play me a simple melody. Oh, yeah.
How about you been before the 40s?
Before the 40s, yep. I think you're right.
But here's a song Henry wrote it was probably an 80s song.
Yep, the other one was too. No, wait a minute. The other one was 90s. This was 90s too.
No.
Early 90s, probably
Early
6
90s.
or 8 years ago. This one's about 8
16
years
or
old.
40, 30, 20.
And this one, I don't see them here tonight, but it's dedicated to my friends Henry and Hilma Shavings.
They'll be playing later tonight. They're going to open the show at the evening show here at
Okay.
6. So you want to come back and catch Henry and Hilma and the gang.
Yeah.
Song about Henry's hat and boots. We had one about his guitar, now we're going to have one about his clothing.
Sounds pretty self-centered.
Yeah, after a while,
I
we'll
thought about it that way before.
well, we'll hear more about your woman someday.
Oh, yeah. Well, this is kind of an obtuse reference.
Oh, okay. I like that song.
Now for quite a few years, I wouldn't sing a country song. But now I got my cowboy hat back on. Call it what you will, maybe go to my roots. Nice and eagle bad music
plectrum banjo, though, don't you think? You know what I mean? The next performer that's coming up is very dear to me. We call him the Sound Mom, but he's actually the sound tech for the folk festival, but he also works for the Performing Arts Center and is the sound person for Whistling Swan Productions. Rick Miller's been around for a long time. In fact, he told us he wouldn't tell us how long he's been around. He's going to play for us tonight banjo and accordion. Maybe he'll tell us a story or two, huh, Rick?
Oh, I'll probably be telling something.
He'll probably be telling something, yeah. I told you I wouldn't give you any scores about the Super Bowl, but we have an announcement to make. Gary, you want to step out from behind the curtain? There's Gary. Gary, turn around and face the crowd. Gary is a football fan, and he's here today volunteering instead of watching the Super Bowl. This man deserves a round of applause. That's what Folk Festival volunteers are all about.
While they're still sitting up, I'll just give you a few housekeeping details. Those of you who might have come in the last half hour or so, that all of the workshops with Mary Topolsky, the dance workshops, they're later. They've all been moved back. The international folk dancing will be at 4 o'clock. The Irish figure and Scottish country will be at 5. And the vintage ballroom will be at 5:30. They're all with Mary Topolsky, and they're all in the dance studio. And we want to thank all the people who continue to work with the Folk Festival. We want to thank McDonald's for donating refreshments for the backstage crew, as well as the Bagels Incorporated on Northern Lights Boulevard. Our guests were housed in the Clarion Suites Hotel and the Residence Inn. We've had Folk Week with Robin Hopper in the schools, and that was set up by Gary and Jane Klopfer and Angie Kozitz. And now, I do believe our sound man is about to make some sounds of his own. And I think good ones.
Now, the sound isn't great. You gotta forgive the sound man. He's on the stage, right?
This is magic.
All right, Randy. You go, boy.
Okay, well, it says that I have a banjo and I'm not too proud to use it, but I actually come up with a concertina, a guitar, and some of it's just simply no shame at all. I was sitting at a stoplight, I was waiting for the green, went over in the next lane. Stopped the girl of my dreams, she gave me a wink and a sassy little pout. She rolled the window down, threw a cigarette out. Well, I believe in magic, still caught me by surprise to see a princess turn into a toad right before my eyes. I couldn't believe someone would act that way, and I couldn't help myself. I had to lean across and say, just who in the world do you think you are? Throw those sticky butts out of your car. You can smoke if you want to. I don't care, but why not use your ashtray? That's why it's there. If it was up to me, if the choice was mine, I'd be the judge and this would be your fine. Walk barefoot a mile on the road alone and pick up all the butts you slobs have thrown. Well, I ain't Smokey Bear and I ain't a big cop, I'm just an ordinary guy. And traffic stop, but still I know the difference. What's right and wrong, and streets not where those butts belong. Cause they're sneaky and they're ugly. They've been known to cause fires and they don't quietly grade. And that's been 10,000 years ago. It burns me up more than all the rest. Why should anybody else have to pick up your mess? Just who in the world do you think you are? Throw those sticky butts out of your car. You can smoke if you want to. I don't care, but why not use your ashtray? That's why it's there. If it was up to me, if the choice was mine, I'd be the judge and this would be your fine. Walk a barefoot mile on the road alone and pick up all the butts you slobs have thrown. you're disgusted as me, buy a copy of this song on cassette or CD. When you see a sticky buckhead doing his wrong, crank it up real loud and sing along. Sing, who do you think you are? Throw those sticky butts out of your car. You can smoke if you want to. I don't care, but why not use your ashtray? That's why I swear if it was up to me, if the choice was mine, I'd be the judge. This would be your fine walk, a barefoot mile on the road alone and pick up all the butts, all the sticky butts, all the ugly butts you slobs have thrown. It really is an anti-smoking song, but if the shoe fits. I actually had somebody come up to me after a show one time and say, you know, that really does apply to me. I'm going to change my ways. How's that? This was a gift from a friend in Oregon. I hadn't really played it very much, but when I picked it up and started playing it, it occurred to me that it really sounded like a cross between a pipe organ and a Chevrolet. And that's actually a pretty apt kind of a thing for this particularly sad song we're going to do for you now. Down on Northern Boulevard, by a busy intersection, plastic flowered spray paint shrines almost covered up by bushes, and the magic markers faded. You can still read the word Grandma, and the paint flows, grief flows dark and cold from that bitter spring. And children point from southbound buses, ask if that's where someone's buried. And the Friday Clearasil parade toss out cigarette butt offerings. And never having heard the story, still most anyone would tell it pretty much alike, and all ending just the same. And the symbols are all there, but the message is uncertain any further than that someone here once met her sudden ending. Does it caution the unwary? Is there silent accusation, or does it simply say, we wish you now you're gone? And the wind and the rain in the summertime, and the winter's salt, sand, and snow drifts slowly fade the paint and plastic into shades of dust and ashes. But the symbols still remain, and repeated mile by mile as plastic flowers grow like weeds along the road. You know, we're privileged every summer to, at least for the last couple summers, to operate a songwriters camp. And the first year at the songwriters camp, we were in a session with Cliff Everhart, and he said we're gonna all write a song together. So he came up with the first line. Cliff came up with a tune. Never went anywhere further than that in the class because we just couldn't get it together. But on the way back home and back out, this is the song that emerged from those. And so I got to give credit a little bit to the other folks who helped write this one. Man who plays the mandolin in the middle of the night. I stare out the window at another lonesome New Year's night. Oh, Amanda, turn your eyes my way, I sure could use a smile. Hold me once again like your mandolin's tender as a child. 27 years now since we stood out in the trees. Some of the words of ever after, some I still believe. Oh, Amanda, through those long, short years, your smile's been my secret thrill. It's always been so down where I walk around, and I guess it always will. If that honeymoon was our summer, and all too soon the leaves began to fall, and just down into winter, that went on and on and on, and then cord like a silk steel tether held me strong against the wind. I would upload you from your side and brought us finally into spring once again. Oh, Nana plays the mandolin when things go all off key. When I listen long and strong, we can find our way back into harmony. Oh, Amanda, you sit in my mind like in that sweet rocker way play. Hold me once again like a mandolin through another New Year's Day. Oh, hold me once again like a mandolin through another New Year's Day.
Thank you.
I ended up with a song that started out one song and ended up being a completely different song. Wait a second. Christine, wait. There it is. I knew it was in there somewhere. One child plays, stack the blocks high in those magic eyes. All those blocks, a tower tall as Jesus, strong to last forever. They all fall down. Two people loving, spread their hearts to one another, swear there'll never be another. All that trust, dreams with wings of passion, smile one another, they all fall down. 3 mouths to feed now, work with mind and will, forging a life, master of skill. All that work, pride and dedication, strong to last forever, but they all fall down. 4 walls surround each other, we build them higher each generation, blocks as shiny, hard as diamonds, so we think they're rare and costly, but they're not rare, they're only costly. Blocks are made of superstition, the blocks are ignorance and hunger, the blocks are greed and lust and envy, the blocks are prejudice and hate. hatred, with mortar them in place with fear, so they won't fall down. And I argue against your walls with science, but they won't fall down. And you try to convert my walls with religion, but they don't fall down. And I cover your walls up with guilty riches, but they don't fall down. And you scratch my walls with raging violence, but they don't fall down. Cause the blocks that we use to build up our walls can never tear them down. One child plays, stack blocks and hide in those magic eyes. All those blocks are weightless, hollow forgeries, and with one tiny hand reaches, and they all fall down.
Rick Miller. Thanks, Rick. Our next group is dance troupe called the Rant and Raven.
Rant and Raven is a traditional English Morris dancing. I asked where the term Morris came from.